Yep, you read that right. This popular game developer challenged me to beat his game, but unfortunately for him, I didn't just want to beat it. I wanted to destroy it. How exactly? Well, for you to better understand that, I need to explain what we're playing. This is Idleon, and in Idleon, the goal is to exterminate the masses to make strong weapons and armor, to eventually become powerful enough so they can enter a final boss fight, in which a long, difficult, and intense battle will take place for you to become the village hero. Except, what if the battle isn't long, or intense, or even difficult? What if I use every single exploit, feature, and game mechanic to become so overpowered that when I enter the final boss fight, he doesn't even have a chance to fight back? Well, in this video, I'm gonna find out, and all because I wanted to make a mockery of the dev that obviously was underestimating me. But first things first, we need to create and name our first character without being a total sellout. Then choose a class that gives you small bonuses, and naturally I went with the one that's closest to me in real life. And once we're finished all that, we were finally able to begin our adventure. Now, we're dropped into the main hub of the world and told to speak with this foreskin to begin our main questline. And in the main questline, the end goal is to assist us in getting to the final boss fight to defeat it, which will drop this gem to open the gateway into the second world. So this gem is crucial to obtain to advance to the next. Oh, there it is. Okay, obviously it wasn't going to be that easy. For the first quest, we needed to commit first-degree murder by battering defenseless spores until we defeated 5 and could claim a new challenge.
Buy some tape from the shop and make some gloves at the anvil. Okay.
And after crafting and equipping these gloves, I was ecstatic because that meant I could now continue committing heinous crimes. This is also where the idle part of Idleon was introduced to me, as you can click auto and your character will continue to throw hands at anything in sight like a heat-seeking missile. And once I'd killed enough, the portal to stage 2 was open, which I teleported to and completed my next quest. And this stage was much the same, just auto-fighting the frogs until I opened the portal to stage 3.
Got the next portal opened, but before I do that, I need to go back to my Senor Foreskin and get my next challenge. You seem a bit beat up. Try spending some talent points if you haven't already. Talent points. Okay. Increase HP, damage, wisdom, luck. Now, I've got to be probably pretty smart about this. I imagine this will get pretty crucial later on. Alright, done. Select a new class from Prometheus. He's in the bean map after the frogs.
And so I found Prometheus to get my real class, but not without an interesting conversation first.
I know my bulging sack is quite the eye grabber. Alright, what the fuck?
Despite our friend here wanting to seduce me, I had to choose between becoming a warrior, archer, and mage. But I didn't put much thought into this, as I was going to stick with the buff guy theme and go with warrior. This class now unlocks a unique set of upgrades which are quite strong and are necessary for the inevitable boss fight. I then also found this upgrade vault which you could purchase permanent upgrades in exchange for the coins dropped by monsters. And this gave me an idea. Assuming there is no cap to these upgrades, this may be the key to insta-killing the boss and embarrassing lavaflame too, who's the dev by the way. But until I was rich enough to do that, I had to continue my way through the levels in search of the boss, until I found a worthy opponent.
Whoa.
But before I battled Slimezilla over there, I was having a lot of issues with my accuracy.
Wait, these things are actually damaging me. Why am I missing? Stop missing! Stop missing! Stop!
So to fix the issue, I went to the skill chart and upgraded my strength, because all I need is for one shot to hit and they'll be dead. I then crafted a spear for more damage and advanced to stage 4 with the boss only 3 maps away. However, I still had a lot of enemies to kill. But that's when I was prompted with this screen telling me to create a new character. Each character you unlock can all work simultaneously on different levels and farms to help you advance as fast as possible. And because I couldn't think of another name, from here on out, since I love reading the comments, I'm gonna name each character in honor of someone that commented something funny or nice on my previous videos. Like Ken the Crazy Pro 3852 here, who said, high quality, lots of effort, love for the largest media franchise in the world. Please don't let this be a once-off thing. So comment something nice or funny to be chosen next. Now I have my second character that I need to go through the exact same quests and stages for, but I learned a little Easter egg to make it easier this time around. See, if I come up to this portal and type give me hat, it'll drop me a hard hat that's actually got some pretty solid stats, which helped me quickly get to Prometheus for my class type, which I went for the mage for our boy Ken here. But to craft a staff, I needed more bean slices. You know what that means. With my new staff, I could now take on Blobosaurus by utilizing my ranged attacks. Obviously not very well. After using my only instant revive, that's when it became personal. And in just a short 30 minutes, I finally killed the Globfather and collected a slimy necklace, which gives me a massive 15% buff to all damage. This is when I decided to let Ken AFK fighting snakes while I check back in on ccross, who I've left AFK for a couple days. And I killed over 50,000 snakes, which has gained me over 4 million XP. And once I hit claim, you're gonna hear the most satisfying sound that gaming has to offer. Anyway, not only did I get XP, but I also got filthy rich and can spend more on upgrades. And with us closing in on the boss, I decided to do a bit of extra farming, and then went on to the next stage and logged off for my characters to continue to work away while I slept. And this was the best sleep of my life because I logged in 16 days later and had another character to create, so you know the drill. So I decided to go with Lincoln 2603. Nah, he chose Fennekin because he wants a dummy mummy Delphox. Bro's speaking fucking fat. Welcome to the team. First thing on the agenda is to give me a hat. Thank you. I won't bore you with the rest of the tutorial that we've already seen before. Oh, class. Okay. So I've got a warrior and I've got a mage. So naturally, I'm going for an archer for this third guy. This archer's actually kind of fucking balling. Bang. That was a lot easier with the archer. Flying through these levels now. Am I meant to know what I'm supposed to upgrade? Because I have no idea. I'm just slamming everything into agility because it says it's got damage. All right. We've opened our next portal. What the fuck? Do I even attack it? I don't understand. I guess it's just not gonna fight back. All right, so now that I've got this character pretty set up, I have a bit of AFKing to do as well before I can make it to the next stage. I'm gonna actually check in on my other guys. Okay, so I was gone for 16 days, 21 hours, and this character got 234,653 kills and 143 million coins. Okay. Oh my. I don't have room for all this stuff. What do I do? And now I couldn't quite understand why 16 whole days of being AFK didn't make me that strong. But that's when I remembered the 143 million coins I'd just gotten. And so I opened my upgrades tab and began spending every dime that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. Although more specifically, the ones that mainly caught my eye were the base damage and boss damage upgrades. I then also deposited these statues for some more bonus stats and mined copper ore to craft some better armor. Surely I can make a better weapon by now. I could not. I think I'm done with checking in with this guy. Let's check in with my mage. Holy smokes. That is a lot of oak logs. Now, even though I was chopping logs for 16 days, I didn't get any real bonuses or XP. So I went back to my warrior and began the quest to find the boss. Defeat 3 wooden boards below and collect 3 bones. Okay. Once I collected the bones, I was granted forest keys to enter the final boss fight. Forest Villa Key. Okay. I decided to test my luck so I could gauge how strong I was and how much stronger I needed to be. But to my surprise, I was a force to be reckoned with. Look at this guy's health bar. Look at these hits. He's already dead. Excuse me. Sorry, that was unprofessional. I just didn't realize I was this strong. But it still wasn't enough. I wanted to one-hit this boss. And in order to do that, I needed to get stronger. And to get stronger, I AFK'd, except I'm an idiot and forgot to set my warrior to auto. So this lazy motherfucker has been doing nothing for 16 days. Anyway, I checked in on my mage and was welcomed with some more ASMR. Oh my god. And after sorting through all my rewards, I checked in on my archer for even more leveling up. And after more looting, I left him to go back to my mage to decide on a game plan. Double check this guy, because the mage is supposed to have the best damage stat. So like I said, the mage is supposed to have the highest damage of the 3 classes, so it's a no-brainer to use him. Then I had to decide what the best combination of talent points will be for damage. And I decided on maxing wisdom since it upgrades the mage's damage, a boost to damage to all monsters, a boost to the effect of wisdom, and then this is where I had to decide to use my fireball special attack or the energy bolt attack, because special attacks are the way I can put out the most damage possible. So I decided to upgrade them once each and put them to the test. And with this build, I was getting ever so close to being ready for the boss again. But even my crits would only manage to do about 20,000 damage, but I needed 30. Luckily, I had one more trick up my sleeve, and that was to go absolutely bankrupt in the upgrades tab. Level 350. Okay, let's test this out now. Fireball. Oh, is that 40,000? 33,000. Okay, now we are talking. Yep, do the quest, get 3 bones, I get the keys. Easy. Okay, what am I expecting? I can't remember how much health the boss has, but if it has 30,000 health, I think we've got this easy. But I also have 0 upgrades in my health, so he might one-tap me. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, boss man. Oh. I need to get to his feet. There we go. No. No, I fucked up. Run that back. All right, let's try that one more time because I accidentally auto-attacked him and ruined the challenge. On the second attempt, I get into fireball range while dodging attacks and let it fly. And there it is. I hope lavaflame 2 is a shame because I made his little boss my bitch. Like, comment, and sub any fun challenges you'd like me to do. And if any other game devs see this video, leave a comment and I will come for you. Peace.